We have the Hidden Creed saying, "You better come in wearing an Ezio outfit or something for how late you are."
Yeah, yeah. We
That's
we
funny.
are.
That's funny. Uh, yeah, this then kind of disappointing, but as you can see, Frankie Boy Fragnard, who of course
I
always
made it.
joins the weekly shows here. Thanks for joining, man. You had some issues with the public transport in Germany, as always. I mean, right? It's the first time you went in a long time.
Yeah, I was using Deutsche Bahn, the public transport, as you just said, and of course it's delayed. It was like 65 minutes delayed or so. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
I guess I'm switching back to car.
yeah, yeah, very smart. But and this is pretty cool. And we can like show that real quick. You do have some katanas in the back.
Yeah, this is an extremely fitting setup for Assassin's Creed Shadows. We got some katanas,
Yeah.
some cherry bloom up there. This is
Oh, we yeah, because yeah, we are Frankie Boy is in a different yeah. So you're back. You're back. Sorry.
actually, so this is Tokyo in the background,
Yeah.
and
Crazy.
yeah, it's just like a dojo. I'm at a friend's house, if you were wondering, and I'm using his setup. His name is Jazza, and
Yeah, just for this stream, you completely changed there.
yeah,
No, that's awesome.
I am
Okay.
here. That's me.
Yeah, that's cool. So let's talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm gonna remove the what? Okay, where we're at.
Werbung.
Uh, at the,
Yeah, just everything is different today. Look at Dongshik.
there
There
we
might be
go.
some connection issues on my end. Sorry for that, guys. I might
Yeah,
be disappearing for some frames.
I will.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's hope it's not happening that often, but we will see. There you go. This looks
Mhm.
great. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining. Of course, every Wednesday we're live here on the channel. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about some news because we actually have some news, and I'm gonna throw it immediately to you because at Gamescom you went behind closed doors and you saw all the engine stuff in action, right?
Yeah, I saw all of that, but I gotta be honest, I just saw the same footage they provided to us to be using. So
Oh,
you
really?
likely, yeah. It was like literally the same, but with a developer presentation. So we can kind of take a look at the footage. They talked about the in-game engine, the weather system, the raindrops. Each raindrop coming down from the roof, looking great in my opinion. I just compared it to Valhalla as well, and you can really spot the difference. I mean, it looks better, and it's better than I thought it. Uh, I mean, the if you compare it side by side, it's really a step up from Valhalla, and I'm happy they made it. And we have some visual progression going on in the Creed finally.
Yeah, exactly. Because of course we're finally ditching PS4, Xbox One. So yeah, they're using the new technology to. They actually put up an article as well. We can go over that. But
Mhm.
what was like the setting? So you went to Ubisoft. Of course, they had their booth on the show floor, and then
Yeah.
also in the business area, they kind of had their situation going on where you could like meet a
Yeah.
developer or something, and then see this footage.
So this is kind of a nice question because I was planned for an appointment in the business area with a small group of journalists getting their presentation, but in fact they had technical issues, so they had to postpone it by 1.5 hours and took all those groups that were postponed into the cinema in the consumer area.
Oh
So like
damn.
this small press presentation went to a full cinema of journalists getting a presentation. I mean, the upside was it was very nice and large. You could see everything,
Okay.
but downside was like you couldn't question anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was just like this is the presentation. Now we're gone. We're gonna let the consumers come in because they were already waiting in line. So
Okay, so
yeah,
not ideal because for me, as people know, I did not go to Gamescom myself because we were yeah working on the Wukong stuff. But I did send a freelancer who went there and he was like in the room with the developer and could like see it like very close by, not in like on like a cinema screen, but still, yeah, probably a good setup, and could ask some questions. Like one of the things that was kind of like a big takeaway from that was that it's everything we're seeing here, all the improvements they're making, will also be used for Hexay and for other mainline titles. So it's gonna be very cool to, even because of course with the Animus hub, Assassin's Creed Shadows, when it comes out, we will have this hub as well, of course, for people. Like a quick recap, that if you launch the game, you're in a sort of menu first where you also see other Assassin's Creed experiences. When Shadows comes out, it will probably be, hey, here's Shadows. Check out the older games as well. It's kind of like the Assassin's Creed franchise menu that we see now for the RPG games, and Mirage had it as well. But then, of course, over time, smaller experiences might be added that might be like 10 hours instead of being a huge open world to explore. But they can still use the tech, the cool weather systems, and yeah, that they spent a lot of time on for Shadows. So that's kind of cool. Sometimes we see some cool elements in one game, and then the next game we kind of take a few steps back. So I think that's exciting.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like asking the questions, it's great that the freelancer could do it. And they kind of already promised to take what they learned from Shadows to the next games, because it was I don't know, hidden in one article. I think we already talked about it, where
Yeah.
they said, yeah, we want to transfer the knowledge, and I was like, yeah, you should always do that with all of your games. But
Yeah, why is
great
that?
you found out.
Yeah, why did you find out 15 years later?
Yeah, 15 years later, and some stock drops later
yeah, they're like, meh.
as well. Yeah,
No,
but yeah, it
let's throw
looks
in
great.
some questions here. We have sarcasm asking here in the chat. Of course, thanks everyone for joining. Good to see you as always. Good morning. Well, it's afternoon here in Europe. That's why we do it here. So
Mhm.
hopefully we can, have as many people watching. But did they show PC gameplay? Do you know if what you saw was PC or was it PlayStation?
I think it was like mixed as
Yeah,
well.
because
Yeah,
that's I think what they said here
in the
during
trailer as well, it
the world
contains
trailer.
PS5 and PC, unless otherwise noted. But I
Yeah.
didn't find any otherwise note.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, no Xbox. That's basically what they're saying here.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's even PS5 Pro, but they are not
No. I don't think they would have
marketing it.
said that.
Okay, yeah.
I think they would have said it. But
I
that's cool
mean,
that it already looks great on PS5.
it's just logical that all the developers already have PS5 Pro dev kits, right?
For sure.
So
Yeah.
I think it did not. I think it already got presented and tested by some outlets. The PS5 Pro.
No. Only CNET went to see the PS5 Pro, but just with Sony games. I don't think third-party things have been shown. Hopefully, we can look at some. I mean, I'm sure they will post PS5 Pro gameplay at one point, even if it's just like what Cyberpunk did as well, where it's like, here's the updated PS5 gameplay or whatever. So yeah, let's go a bit to an article that we so we can like go a bit deeper into all this stuff here. I'm gonna do it like this, where I have the article right here. So then we can kind of look at it, and then so this is what Ubisoft shared themselves, and then we can kind of like add our own sort of information. So yeah, building the next generation of Assassin's Creed. Again, they're also like focusing on, hey, what we're doing here can be used for the future as well. And of course, there's a cool picture where we see the same area with the 4 different seasons. And
Love
how,
the screenshots.
like that's of course one thing that I did not really like. When you focus a lot on something like Shadows and all the new elements, you sometimes forget how it was before. Like in Valhalla and Odyssey most recently, we had regions where it was always snowing. And you always kind of was like, that's normal. Of course, there are the regions where it's snowing. You got the regions where it's more muddy. You got the swamp area. But now, so that like I kind of had to rethink it, where it's like, wait, but now in Shadows, every region can be snowy, but it can also be different. So it's like like also when recording footage or something, or go like making a thumbnail, like this may be a bit too much inside baseball, but it's like, oh, I want to do this armor in the snow. Let's go to the snowy area. And now it's like, I hope it's snowing, because yeah, we have to wait for the actual
Yeah.
season for that to happen.
Or wait for the God mode where we can choose the season ourselves, like
Please
tweak
add
it
it.
in AC Origins with that.
I
mode.
remember that with Far Cry, I think it was 6, where yeah, we would then record gameplay, and then it was night, and then we had to just drop the
Mm.
controller and wait.
What I could imagine is like they add choose your season to photo mode. That would totally make sense in my
Oh, yeah.
opinion. Except for if you're diving in a lake, or maybe they can freeze the lake above you, which would be fun for the photo.
That is actually a good one. Yeah, I mean, we of course have the time of day change in some games for the photo mode, but in this
Mhm.
game it would be kind of wild to be able to switch seasons, because it's like for something like Spider-Man, they do have the time of day change as well, and you can even, I think in Miles Morales, just add snow like this,
Mhm.
but it doesn't impact the gameplay, so it doesn't matter. For this game, I'm not sure if they're gonna add that. But yeah, let's look at the the article here. So when Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15th, it will be the first entry in the franchise built solely for the current-gen hardware. Knowing this, the development team at Ubisoft Quebec wanted to do things that they've never done before on Assassin's Creed, or frankly, that could not have done before. To understand how Assassin's Creed Shadows uses new tech to bring new experiences to the franchise, we spoke with art director Cherry Dansu... Cherry... And
Dansereau or so, yeah.
I think you're close. I think
A
you're
tough
close.
one.
And the technology director Pierre Fortin.
Mhm.
Okay. In order to improve image quality and ensure Assassin's Creed Shadows is the best looking Assassin's Creed ever, the team rescaled the world to more realistic ratios, adding ray tracing, global illumination, and utilizing micro polygon attack. We've actually had some form of global illumination in Assassin's Creed for years, but ray tracing global illumination allows us to be much more dynamic. And that's, of course, like one really cool, and I think I can show that real quick here. One of the awesome... do I have it here? Let's see. There were, of course, some new screenshots as well. ACS.
And some new artwork. I just saw you reposted it on Twitter as well.
Yeah. Like this one is crazy.
Yeah.
And here you really see the scale that they are talking about here, where...
I mean, you can even zoom in and see some details. I just threw on Valhalla on... I have a 4080 in my PC. I have it all on max settings, 4K, upscaled everything. And it didn't look as majestic and detailed as here. So
That's crazy.
really
Yeah.
some new tech in there, hopefully. I mean, it's a screenshot. You can easily manipulate those, but
Yeah, but I can see this. I can see this. Because, like, looking at the tree, it's not, like, the most... I mean, it just... I can totally see this being the case. My thing is that the amount of trees is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
if you're really, like, on the ground, you can't really see very, very far. Like, normally, the trees would just be next to the road and not as dense as here. That's crazy.
But I think it will vary by region. So this
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
like a foresty region. We of course will have like some swampy or muddier regions, some maybe steppes kind of thing. Is it called steppes? I think so. Yeah. But that in combination with the seasons and the advantages and disadvantages. I mean, when it's autumn, there might be no leaves or so in the forest, or maybe in winter. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
will
exactly.
be totally different because you can see anybody, while I don't know, in spring and summer, you can hide between those trees. And maybe that will, I don't know, be of some relevance for stealth. I'm not too sure that it will because it's still a Ubisoft game and I don't expect
Yeah, we
that.
have to, again, like that's kind of like, I think the thing with this news that we're going over here. This feels like the final time they can talk about this. Next time they have to show it in action. We have to feel it. We have to see it all come together instead of them just throwing out words and saying, yeah, it's gonna be great. But what about these ships? Oh no. Like, looking at the sea here, there's room for naval. I don't think it's in the game. But how am I gonna reach this?
Maybe you are not. I'm not sure. So
It's like an island. There's probably some sort of minotaur here, rocket. No, I'm kidding. But like, there's some sort of thing going on there. You would think, right? And we have
need
like
to
these
try
tiny
it.
ships. Can we steal them?
Yeah, we need to. I don't know. Maybe there will be invisible borders. As simple as that.
Yeah.
You can't
Let's-
pass them.
let's
You will
not-
die in the open water, or I don't know. I mean,
Nawe
enough,
can
but
only swim. Yasuke can't swim.
no.
No, that would be crazy.
Maybe it's a like some kind of placeholder pre-rendered stuff in the background that will be there if you're far away, and if you get closer, then it will be rendered.
Yeah.
Like, really?
I mean,
I
or
don't
maybe you
know.
can like enter from the side to the right here, and then there's like a sort of shallow water where you can cross. Okay, maybe we're going too in depth on this one screenshot. But,
Underground tunnel, I guess.
we will see. But we're
Underground tunnel to the island.
yeah, we will see. But I saw some ships, and I got I'm not ready. I don't want naval to be back. But okay. We're going here. So in the past Assassin's Creed, global illumination was static. Light would bounce off surfaces and diffuse realistically, but it wouldn't and could not adapt to environmental changes. And while previous games didn't allow for many environmental changes, Shadows is filled with them. Lights can be turned off and on, doors can be cut down or smashed through, bamboo trees, market stalls, fences can all be destroyed. Thanks to ray-traced global illumination, the lighting interaction with all these objects and environments will adjust accordingly. So yeah, it all feels very realistically,
Yeah.
and that's also what we're kind of seeing here, right? With the bamboo forest being cut down. I can't wait for the first time doing this. I think that will be very satisfying.
When I turned on Valhalla again, I noticed they already had like these clouds blocking some parts of sunlight and creating some dynamic in the landscape. And that was already nice, I think. But if you compare it, that's far ahead.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
lighting makes everything so much more realistic. Like dynamic shadows and light that really gives life to things. I just noted it. I already told in the last stream, I think I'm developing a game myself right now. And we have this professional Unreal Engine designer in the team. And he was just drawing some shadows and some light, and everything looked alive immediately.
Yeah,
While
crazy.
at first you thought like, looks kind of trash.
I really think also after like Shadows is out
Like-
for a few months, and then we go back to the older games, that is I think where we will notice the most improvements, where it's like, oh, I kind of took this for granted in Shadows, but it is indeed way better here than in the previous games.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you remember those games better than they actually looked.
Yeah.
Remember the marketing phrase from The Witcher, where they said for the next gen update, yeah, we want to push it out in the state that you remember playing The Witcher.
That's cool.
And that totally made sense, because you don't remember like lush things, low res, etc. And then you get back to it, and yeah, this
Yeah,
is how I
that-
remember it, but it actually looks way better.
There's now also the Horizon Zero Dawn. The Horizon Zero Dawn remastered got rated by the
It was
ESRB.
posted today, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna launch very soon.
I had a
And-
lot of time in Deutsche Bahn Zug.
It's like-
Train, yeah.
Nice. No, but I also have like a lot of people there. But the game already looked great, and I really think it does look great, but I do think people remember it better than it actually looked, because if you compare Forbidden West with Zero Dawn, it's actually a huge improvement, Forbidden West. So if they can like bring that to the Forbidden West standards, that's actually pretty cool. Of course, if that remaster is necessary, it's a different topic, but I do think, and of course that is what's gonna be very exciting about this tech beyond Shadows, is what if they go back to the older games and make a remake with this stuff. Like, that's gonna be wild.
I mean, they just told about taking what they just developed and put it into the next game. Why not put it into the last game?
Yeah, why not put it into... Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
So
if it's somehow applicable, then you should definitely think about it and bring dynamic lighting, maybe dynamic weather. Imagine that in Assassin's Creed, I don't know, Unity even, or in an AC1 remake. That would be so awesome.
yeah, exactly. Like that. That's of course apart from updating some of the gameplay elements. Like, these worlds are that they created are already really cool. If they can add these technical improvements to those as well, and being able to then revisit them. Also, maybe how you remember them, but they obviously were not like that when you played it 10 years ago. That would be
Yeah.
very exciting. Um,
Yeah.
so let's
You
go
should
back.
definitely like make a stream where you play AC1 and then be disappointed about the graphics.
Oh yeah, no, but I do think I do think the games overall still look fine, but it's just like, yeah, pretty one dimensional. I've been like replaying some older games, and like I think for example some on Xbox are actually 60 FPS. So I of course played them all 30, not on PC. So yeah, to have them 60 FPS on console is already a really fun improvement. Marco is saying, if the game is that good, why don't they make real gameplay videos? Like, we of course have to understand that they have like this whole marketing plan, like in their head, and they're gonna do beat for beat. And I do think if you show gameplay, a lot of gameplay first, and then come with the tech videos, people are like, I already saw it. I don't care about this. But with the tech videos, they can of course really focus on the improvements they made. And then the next time we see the game, we might also better understand, oh, that's what they were talking about. I hope that that's how they want to approach it, but I do think doing it the other way around, so showing a lot of gameplay, which they obviously will. Like, every Ubisoft game has a ton of gameplay on the internet before you can buy the product. So, but then if they come 1 week before launch, look at the winds moving through the trees. Everyone's like, dude, I already saw that in all the other gameplay videos, so... I do think that that's actually not a smarter approach. There were some other interesting things in this article. So like going through it here, micropolygon tech may not be as familiar of a term as ray tracing, but 14 highlights just how revolutionary the technology is. Even though it's working behind the scenes, because Assassin's Creed's fast open worlds have long sidelines and draw distances, developers can't render all the visible assets at their full resolution. Your GPU is going to melt if we do that. To solve this problem, developers had to build multiple assets with low, medium, and high polygonal counts, and swap them out as the player got closer to them. For example, a building that is visible from 2 kilometers away doesn't need to have the same level of detail as a building that is 1 meter away. And in the past, the same building would be swapped out with higher fidelity models as the player moved through the world. Do you remember that in Origins, I think it was, where one of the... This is like very... this is like way back for when the game came out. They updated this as well. If you would use the Predator bow and like look at certain buildings in some of the cities, they would be like blocky. I think even Valhalla and Odyssey might have these issues as well. Where if you, because the Predator bow, you would of course zoom in way more than you normally would, but the character was still relatively far from the building. You would really see like a sort of Minecraft version of that building, and then when you moved closer, it would actually get get more detailed, and that is what they're talking about here. But
it's logical because the rendering normally is like triggered through player position in the world. So if you were like 200 meters away, now they're talking about some kind of proxy, as I got it, like working with low-res models and then swapping them out as soon as you come closer
Yeah, that's how they used to
like
do it, but
50 meters.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's how they used to do it. But now with this new tech, they don't have to do that anymore. That's what they are going to talk about here. So with the micro polygons, developers don't need to create multiple visions or versions of the same asset to swap out. Think of micro polygons as a sort of adaptable, intelligent asset that know how to render themselves best based on their visibility and proximity to the player. Not only does this eliminate the need for developers to create multiple assets, which of course saves time, but it also allows them to budget GPU bandwidth more effectively, allowing for increased polygon counts and better graphical fidelity up close.
Now, I'm asking myself, someone has to calculate what to show. So, like, these polygons are not intelligent themselves.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
is
yeah,
it?
of course. But
I mean, that has to be calculated as well. So, yeah, it might be awesome, but I'm not sure if it's like the solution yet. But yeah,
yeah, but you
at
don't
this
have to.
point,
Yeah, it sounds like you don't have to like individually make assets for every sort of building you have in multiple versions,
yeah,
which might help. But sorry, what you
yeah.
were gonna say something else?
And resolution is like one of the key factors for performance. If you have high res stuff to render, then you run into problems. We
Yeah,
had this with our game. We were down to like 20 FPS because we had like small chakras rotating around the player at super high HD resolution. Each chakra was like 30 megabytes or so, with different layers because they react different to lighting. Then you get these fake 3D images and you layer it kind of. It's crazy, and that makes performance so much better. I'm curious how this will turn out because I actually really didn't know about this tech yet.
yeah, no, that's what this article is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like giving us a nice behind the curtain because of course when you play a game you don't want to be thinking about that, but it's still interesting to again sometimes you do see, hey, why if I use the predator bow and that arrow that I like fly, the building looks really bad. Well, now we know, but yeah, that should be fixed hopefully in Shadows.
Hopefully, yeah. Maybe that will then like know, okay, using the sniper bow, of course
Yeah.
I'm gonna render what he's targeting. Yeah.
I don't think we will have the sniper bow again. Like, I just think we will have like a regular hunter's bow for Yasuke, and of course his rifle as like the new
Maybe.
weapon.
Let's see. Or
Would be
maybe we
weird if
get
you could
fired.
like sniper elite style control the bullet from that rifle.
That would be kind of overkill.
I
But
don't
fun as
know.
well. I
Yeah,
don't
if
know.
that's needed.
Yeah.
So when it came to creating the world, the team aimed for a level of interactability previously unseen in the franchise, while ray tracing, global illumination, and micro polygons help render the environments as the player affect the world. There was an opportunity to have the world dynamism.
Then Nemesis. Yeah.
That affects the players too. Our goal was to make the world that looked good, but also had an impact on the gameplay, and that's of course again what we've been saying. Show it. But yeah, so far we're still with this article. Maybe next week we finally have that in action, or otherwise
Maybe
a few
it's
weeks
late
later.
September already, right? So
Yeah, I usually always start with the countdown. We're right now 58 days away
from the
from the
global
regular
launch
launch.
and, like,
55
55
if
from
you
the paid
have
early
gold, or
access.
yeah, 55 if you pay more.
Why did they bring that back?
Because it
At
makes a
some
ton of
point,
money.
players
It
were,
makes a
were
ton of
fed
money.
up, and they put it away, and everyone was happy about it. And now it's
Yeah,
back.
it's weird that it went away, the early access for these games. But yeah,
Yeah.
it helped so much, and especially for Game Pass, it makes a lot of sense as well because otherwise people would just pay it for free as part of their Game Pass subscription. Now you get them to pay for the game as well just to play it early. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows features distinct seasons. These make the world visually distinct so that the same location can look and feel vastly different depending on the time of year. But the world can change even within those seasons thanks to dynamic weather, meaning that missions have several environmental factors that can all alter your gameplay experience. With ponds frozen over, for example, we've heard that so many times. They will not be taking cover beneath water. Yeah, we know. Take on the same mission during nighttime, a spring rainstorm, and you will find footsteps muffled by the rain, and enemies less likely to spot you in the dark. Like, that's kind of cool. So yeah, your sound will be yeah, less. The guards will hear you
Oh yeah.
less in the rain, which is nice. And we learned that in the if the guards stand in the sun too long, they will get drowsy, so sleepy. So also will not spot you as fast. Maybe they're just saying this because the AI is not amazing, and they're like, yeah, it's because of the sun. Because the guards are in the sun all day. That's why they don't see you.
Yeah,
But
I mean, could be the case.
I hope not.
Getting bad eyes or so. But let's talk about the frozen lake for a 10th time.
No,
Joking.
stop it. That it kind of feels like the where for the PlayStation 5 they were like for the triggers. It feels like you're really pulling the
Adaptive,
bowstring.
really.
Yeah, the bowstring. Like we
Yeah.
heard that so many times. We wanted a dynamic new feeling. Both at a micro scale and the macro, both at the micro scale and the macro scale, so that when you see a storm coming, you can adapt how to play the game, knowing that it's going to make you stealthier when it's time to sneak into that castle. I mean, this sounds really cool. We have to wait and see if this really, if you're really gonna be like, storm in the distance. I'm gonna just do a side mission and then
Let's do
storm the
this way.
castle
Oh, yeah.
because that will benefit
But then the
me.
lightning hits and you get revealed to the guards that you were just sneaking up to, and you have to like swoosh, 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 shuriken, and then it gets interesting. I mean, that's the dynamism I'm hoping for.
Yeah. No, I hope it's that dynamic as well. But again,
So it's not that
it's words
predictable.
so far. Words
So it's
and
not always
videos.
the same walkthrough, working all the time.
I
That would be
mean,
great.
it's gonna make our lives as creators, as B-roll recording, pretty tough because it's like, oh, they released a new armor set that I want to showcase. Damn, there's a storm coming, so you can't see the armor set.
I mean, if you have fast travel and the storm
Yeah,
doesn't
get away
come
from
with
the
you.
storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would help. Okay, but this is like basically what they always have been saying. Like with two vastly different protagonists, a setting in feudal Japan and destructive environments, Sasuke Shadows is introducing a lot of new features to the franchise, but the technical innovations that change how the world looks and feels might just be the first thing player noticed. 14 hopes that new level of dynamism. Okay, we're gonna ask Google.
Dynamism or dynamism. Dynamism or
Dynamism.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind
Never
of a
heard of
tough
that word.
though.
It's a sense of immersion and beauty that previous games could not quite capture. Our goal from the beginning was to go for the beautiful postcard to a beautiful movie. Wow, you can put that on the back of
What
the
a
box.
nice postcard.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
did you by the way also see that a very cool new? By the way, can we like take a moment to appreciate
Yeah,
my
that
new
was
background?
the Screeny McScreen face you posted.
Yeah.
It's your background as well. Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I have those red Valhalla artworks as my PC background.
If people want this as a background as well, I can share the link.
It's super high res. It's 8K, I think.
Yeah, I have like an 8K version.
Yeah, exactly. 20 MB or so, or maybe 40. I'm not sure. The press kit was,
It was
quite large.
yeah, it was pretty big. Let me see. I'm not
I'm
sure
sad
if
this isn't a screenshot, but it's a nice artwork anyways with the, and I'm really hoping for this. You see the lightning strike in the distance, but there's awesome weather just in front of you. And that will make some awesome screenshots that you maybe can't stage. Like they just have to happen like in real life.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this I mean, also the sort of people walking around, like there's a lot going on here, but and I also just don't think we will ever see the two characters like that. That's also, I think, where
Yeah, unlikely. Maybe for some story cutscenes or some story missions where, I don't know, I can imagine either character you choose, the other one is maybe going to follow you. For some missions just.
I shared the artwork in 8K for people who want it.
The retransfer.
Yeah, if people wanna grab it for themselves. Then did you see?
I will download it on this PC as well.
yeah, just change it. He will thank you later.
He will thank me.
Did you see this? We're going to
Yeah.
whoop.
Whoop.
Test your parkour skills with Naue on hidden trails of the open world.
Yeah, I saw it, and I already broke that particular part of the trailer down in my analysis video. I think it's fun. It kind of reminded me of Ghost of Tsushima, where we had like these fox trails or so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm curious how hard they're gonna be.
Be to the top. Just after this scene in the trailer, you see now he's standing on a mountain, and that might be even what's up there. I can totally imagine finding a new skin for your grappling hook up there. So
Oh no. Please.
something we don't need. Like the Animus glitches in Valhalla, kind of. Maybe that's the new Animus glitch.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wait. Yeah, there might be. I do have to leave to the for the door. I think this stream.
I'm back, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, your door is back as well.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm gonna do it like this, and I have to go
I'm
to
gonna
the door.
talk about some things.
Yeah.
I was just gone for a few seconds because the internet connection kind of is not the best right here. I have to talk to my friend, of course. But he got this awesome PlayStation controller in Japanese cherry bloom. I was just maybe he's gonna play on the cherry bloom controller. Not sure. Guys, what the heck is Jordan getting all the weeks? He's like getting a package per day, I think. At least per Wednesday. Is it some secret Assassin's Creed merch, or what is he getting? What are you thinking? Thanks for sharing the artwork file. Yeah, the artwork looks so awesome. It's a great background, especially if you have 8K. You can spread it across multiple screens. The package has finally arrived. Yeah. At some point, I'm gonna ring at his bell on a random Wednesday where we do the podcast. And I'm gonna be with a fake background, like fake office just around me, and have him think I'm home. But eventually, I'm there at the door, and I'm there. Probably groceries. Yeah, might be the case. I just used a new service in Germany as well. It's called Picnic, and they deliver like all the food you order to your home without any service fees, which is great. And yeah, I used to be shopping myself for years, but now Frankie's in Tokyo. Yeah, that's Tokyo for real here, but it's no window. It's 3 TVs lined up and made looking as if it was a window.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought about that for my office as well, but 3 TVs, they heat up quite a lot.
Oh yeah.
They heat up quite a ton. We were just wondering if you're getting like groceries or regular packages.
No, this was groceries. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I because you have
there.
to pick a time slot, and it was either this or like very late in the day. So I was like, okay, I will have
Yeah.
you talk to everyone while I pick that stuff up. But cool.
Yes.
Let's go back to
Oh, I'm back. Yeah.
to this. I'm not sure if you discussed it a bit more.
No. I was talking about groceries and
Okay. I mean, we already kind of see the sort of how it's
Yeah.
gonna go here, right?
and for that part, it doesn't look tricky as well.
No. It's like
It looks just I'm auto running and
Yeah.
she's going to do the work for
yeah,
us. Of course.
exactly.
have
So that's
time
where I'm like, how are they gonna do it? I did like some of the things that Avatar introduced, where you could like shoot plants, but that's of course like very unique to that world. So I'm not sure what they're going to do here. That can make that work, but we will see. Let's hope they make it a challenging and actually not like just push the analog stick forward and you will win. But we will see. I am kind of like with all these graphical things and that we're talking about, I just hope that the gameplay is there to support it, and we kind of know that it probably will be. But I've been playing Outlaws, and one thing that really catches my attention there, like that really stands out, is that the game is insanely pretty. Like it's wild, and I think going through these cities there is all very, very impressive. But then the gameplay itself is like pretty basic. It's not like something you've not done before in other games. And with them, like, kind of putting a lot of the focus on the technical aspect is like one of the big things that this new Assassin's Creed game does versus the other ones. I just hope that they also make sure that it will still, like, the gameplay will be more interesting enough, because we've now seen these parkour challenges. They look nice. We've seen that samurai who's like waiting for you to probably fight them. It's kind of like the Drangir enemies. I just hope that they also maybe use the seasonal elements or other things to make the gameplay in the open world interesting as well. And just so far we haven't seen that. It just looks very pretty. Are you? Oh, Fragnar, no. I think he...
Test.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Hello.
The freezes really keep ramping up. So...
Did you hear what I was saying?
For some parts, yeah.
Okay.
But the freezes really...
Yeah, I mean, it went well so far, but of course we have not the best connection with Tokyo, so it makes sense that we do have some issues.
Test 1,
There
2.
he is. He's back.
Wow, it's crazy. I was just saying the freezes are ramping up.
Yeah, no, we did hear that, and then you froze again.
Okay.
But it looks good so far. It looks good so far. No, but I was like kind of saying, basically, I hope that they are not like staring themselves too much, like they're not focused too much on these cool technical things, but because that's, I think, the kind of default with Outlaws. They focus so much on making this very cool looking Star Wars game, but the things you actually do in the game are not that new or interesting. And we already know that they do have some improvements to stealth, so I'm not that worried. But like with their tech focus right now, I am kind of like, but don't forget to make an actual like game as well here.
I think consumers want to see gameplay. That's what I thought when I was at Gamescom. I'm like, yeah, this is great and this is a nice tech, but what else?
Yeah. What will we be doing in this beautiful world? Yeah.
I mean, Valhalla looks pretty enough just to be played, but I don't know. There need to be like gameplay features to hook me. Show those.
Yeah. Exactly. That we will hopefully have streams very soon where we can more talk about those. Like, I do think this trailer did show some interesting things. Also, I think one of the
game with the ocarina style instrument. Oh, I don't know if it's a mini game, but
I think it's a cutscene more. I assume
it's one. I think this will be likely a mini game, right?
Yeah, like a rhythm thing.
Like like in Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah.
Yes, has this The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, that you see like a sort of Guitar Hero style thing going on. Oh no.
Yeah, might be the case. I mean, we had like stupid mini games in Avatar and Star Wars as well that weren't fun at all.
No. And luckily you could switch them off.
Yeah, I did that.
I do think what is interesting here, like they're already showing the Discovery Tour. Look at this. Like we got some NPCs going about their lives, like very like stuff like this, like very Discovery Tour
instruments.
Do we see some people inside? Because I think I saw an article as well, and I'm not sure where it was. What am I? I don't see it, but what they said, like they actually asked some yeah, very cute.
Nice still.
They actually asked some people from Japan to give feedback on the gameplay, and one of the things they said was that, like, of course, when you enter a building in Japan, it's like, or someone's house, you have to like leave your shoes at the door. So I do think we will see a lot of NPCs because they first did not have that. That will actually have just barefooted, like when they walk around inside buildings.
And
So-
it will be quite easy to steal shoes in the game then.
Yes. No. That would be crazy. I don't. That would be nice if that's like part of the wanted system as well.
Yeah. I mean, Basim would be so happy. He would be rich in a minute.
Seeing the characters, they do look great, and I'm curious if this is like all. These just seem like regular conversations and not like actual
Mhm.
cutscenes. Maybe this looks like a cutscene.
Yeah, this looks kind of like a cutscene.
This one as well, but
Might be a mini game as well.
is that gonna be your prediction?
Yeah, that's a nice prediction. I didn't have one yet, so thank you so much for reminding me.
Yeah, nice. Okay. But yeah, we have like quite some news on the tech here, and I wanted to put up this tweet that I did as well. We can kind of go over some things that I think some of it which we already discussed, and some of which we did not. But it's kind of a recap from the recent video I did. If we do it like this, bloop. Yeah. Bloop. So yeah, we kind of talked about this last week already, that Yasuke went sneaking around and assassinating enemies, alerting many in the camp with the ladder, but we learned that his bow kills are quiet. So yeah, we know that if you want to go stealth, use the bow. Dialogue is different depending on the character you choose during a mission, although so far they seem to say the same things, but in different words. And that's of course that part of the, that I can show real quick, of the, oh wait, I can better do it like this. Of the death diary, and I think does she mention that thing that she's like blowing into? Is that this? Tushibu?
What did you say? I didn't get the last thing.
That of course we saw her like play the instrument with
Mhm.
her father. I think it was.
Yeah, there was the cutscene.
And I think that is this device, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it
That-
is.
That's the Stone Ocarina, the Stone Arena.
Yeah, so it's
That's
all
Tushibu.
connected. It's all connected. We
It is.
see her
And
do
this
it,
will be
and
a
then
mini-
later on we get the choice that we can say, no, we'll just stick to that.
If the camp freezes keep ramping up, just take my prediction already. You already know it. It's of course the Sushibu mini game.
Let's hope that that's not necessary.
It will be totally necessary, and you have to pass it. Okay, no, I'm not getting any more precise on the prediction.
Please do. That gives me more points. But let's do the predictions in a moment. So yeah, we talked about the Shinobi recruit feature, of course, last week as well, and that it's likely going to be a combination of the Call to Arms from Odyssey and the Jams Vikings from Valhalla. And you, of course, made a prediction on that last week. The posture attack thing we talked about. This one is like again interesting. The Yasuke can only is only able to carry heavy items around in the world. Now we know that Naue has unique parkour things in the open world. So it does seem. Oh man, there's another person at the door.
Wow.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll be back. But what I want, like, that's what I wanted to say. Like, there seem to be in the open world activities that only one character can do. So maybe the carrying things is also just what Yasuke does.
Maybe not. I think like carrying is a thing that Jordan should do more regularly, because he's likely carrying nothing, because everything is delivered to his home. What a shame. Over 400 hours on Valhalla. That's Andrew. Wow, that's a lot. I think I have like 450 or maybe 500 as well. But yeah, That's quite a lot of time. Can't wait to invest 700 plus. Yeah. I mean, if they deliver the content we expect with the DLCs, with regular updates, with nice patches and a ton of microtransactions, then we are likely gonna spend 700 plus hours in the game, of course. Yeah. And I'm pretty happy right now. I'm not freezing for a few minutes, which is great. Um, Discovery Tour. I didn't play it though. I just looked at it in Valhalla, Origins, and Odyssey, and I thought it was nice. But yeah, I heard some schools even used it. Maybe. Oh, I'm. As you guys can see, I'm at a friend's house, and he has a Shiba Inu little doggo, and he's just howling at the door right there, wanting to get in. And I'm so keen. I would love to get him in, and maybe he would chill on the sofa. But maybe he would, like, I don't know, bite through the cables here. Could also happen. So I'm not gonna let that happen to his setup here, because I think he needs to stream as well. On Sunday or so. Yeah, really hope there's a discovery tour. I love them. Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome tool to dive into history, right? And that's what Assassin's Creed is all about. Diving into. I want to see the dog. He's so extremely cute. Um, he- like extremely cute. I have a picture with him. Man, he keeps howling. It's so heartbreaking. I have a picture with him on my Instagram, where he was like a little puppy. When was it?
Okay.
Oh, there. There you can see it. I'm gonna show it to you guys. That's the little
Oh,
dog.
that's so cute.
And he's just waiting here at the door.
Damn, you could not have picked a better spot actually
Yeah,
to
yeah,
record
I-
this show.
That's the reason why I went here, of course, for business
Yeah.
reasons.
You
Just
you already can complete the Ubisoft Connect challenge where you have to pet the pet the dog.
At the Shiba, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't hear him at all. Yeah, I mean, he's behind a door that is sound insulated, so
There.
I can hear him, but that's a dynamic microphone also picking up, not up that much.
Nice.
So, you got your second package. We're
Yeah,
happy
this
for
was
you.
actually a package. So
Hmm.
yeah. I don't know.
Get your Astrobot loot.
How did you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine arrived yesterday. So
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know what it is. I looked at it real quick
Okay,
and I was
okay.
like, "What the heck is this?" I think it's like a shirt or something. And
Yeah, so it was from PlayStation.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we got the same one. I actually couldn't get it yesterday because I had like the delivery guy putting a "you were not there" notice into my post box, but it was there the whole time. And
Yeah.
that was like the fourth time that happened to me with UPS.
Oh,
kind of
sometimes
fed
they
up.
just don't even drop the note. But I think they
Yeah,
and then they are
there's
like,
no
"You
note.
weren't there," and I totally
I was there.
Yeah.
You weren't
Exactly.
bringing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made it to your door. I'm happy for you.
No, our guys are great. They just ring everyone in the apartment complex, and then someone will open up, and then they just drop the packages.
And they know you are there all
Yeah,
day, all night,
they kind of do. They kind of
working in the
And-
home
and-
office, Raptor.
Neighbors are happy with me that I always open the doors for the packages.
Astrobot a 10-10 game. I mean, not maybe 10-10, but it's super fun. Did you play it, Jordan?
No, not yet. No, I wanted to do Outlaws first, so
Mhm.
I will probably play it at one point.
Some
I've
nice
already
Easter
seen.
eggs for you with the God of War and Horizon.
Yeah. No, I have already seen those on Twitter and stuff. So that looks very, very cool. But
Yeah, but we're not here for God of War and for
no, it's time.
Horizon.
The time flew by actually for the amount. We still had some interesting stuff to go over. Of course, let's hope there. Like we had that Death Diary more than a month ago, so it would be nice if they drop another one next week for us to discuss. But yeah, like that's of course what always happens, especially nowadays where things are just closer to the release in terms of marketing and new info. But I'm kind of like dying to get to the next part because it feels like since the reveal we've been stuck with the seasons and the tech and all that stuff. It's cool to see that in action now, to kind of get like a new look at it. But as we've said many times, we're ready to move on. So of course, check back next week and check on our channels for like dedicated videos that we of course still post. I saw you made of course a video on your German channel, and not sure if you did it on Frankie Boy as well, like a video on the tech, the Gamescom info.
Not sure as well. Let me take a look.
Oh my god.
So many channels.
Okay, while he does that, I'm gonna explain what we always do at the end.
I made a video about it, but
Okay.
it's like I call it 7 minutes of new gameplay because the trailer and the footage we got was 7 minutes in total.
Let's see, because I dropped it all in one go. No, I believe you. No, but let's do the predictions. Of course, at the end of these weekly live streams that we do here, we make a prediction for something that we think will happen in the game. And then when the game is out, when we've played it, we know if those predictions are true or not. And then the person that wins has to buy or gets a nice, very beautiful, probably Helix item.
Or a katana in real life.
Or katana in real life. You're just gonna borrow the ones that that you have over there. For people who are joining now, I'm gonna like quickly click. We can quickly do that. Oh no, he we see it while he's like recovering.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Yeah, he's back. Okay, but yeah,
I was
we
very
see the
happy in that
katanas.
still screen.
That was perfect timing. Okay.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, great. So my prediction, I already made it. It's like we're gonna have the Sushibu Stone Ocarina mini game, rocking some music in the game.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Yeah.
Can you write it down because I'm gonna switch to our Discord right.
Yeah. You can like write it down there.
Yeah.
So
you already have
I
as well, right?
I had one, but I might go for I think it's gonna be one that will likely not. That's kind of like a crazy one. It's kind of a crazy one. I don't think they will. They might do it. Because of course Ubisoft. I don't think it will happen though. But I'm still gonna say it, and then I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna use it for this competition or pick another one, if that makes sense. And for people who are just curious, of course, this is what you were talking about. Let's see, it happens, I think, after this shot.
The Sushibu.
Yeah,
Stone Ocarina.
and you think there are gonna be like notes on the screen, and then you have to like.
I don't know how it will turn out exactly, but there will be some.
We have to
kind of
interact
Sushibu
during this scene instead of
Stone
just
Ocarina
watch the
mini
cuts.
game, yeah.
And will we also? Oh, that was the extra part probably of the like. Will we find these in the open world and then have to play the instruments?
I'm not gonna say anything to that.
Come on, no. Okay. I'm
already.
I have
pretty
like
excited.
one kind of wild one, and like that is also not really game related, but more like release date related. And the other one is like kind of boring, but also I hope it's not true, but I think it's an easy win. So, okay. So the wild one is, of course, they announced that this game will be PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced. And what they usually do, because Assassin's Creed games are linked to consoles very often. We had for the Xbox One X, the Pro console from Microsoft last generation, Origins, of course, that was like heavily marketed to show the power of the console. And now Assassin's Creed Shadows is that game for the PlayStation 5 Pro. So they're constantly switching sides, Xbox, Microsoft. For the Xbox Series, it was Valhalla as well. And what happened then, if you remember, Valhalla got moved 1 week up to launch alongside the Xbox Series X. What if? Because it's now kind of a launch game, or kind of like the big game for the PS5 Pro. What if Sony went to Ubisoft and be like, can you guys make it 1 week earlier? So you're on the same day as the PS5 Pro out.
Wow. Oh man, that puts so much pressure on the teams.
I mean, they did it for Valhalla. To be fair, that was not
Mhm.
a smart decision because that game was kind of
Mhm.
broken when it came out.
I think
But
they can't afford it, but 1 week is not that
like
much.
like what like they why you want like you want to have your game ready when people are going to buy the PS5 Pro, they want a new game with it that really showcases the power. And all the old games suck. Like you don't want to like look at The Last of Us Part 2 that you could also play on PS4. Right? You
Mhm.
want to have the new one. So maybe for Ubisoft it makes a lot of financial sense to have the game ready at launch
And
so that people can
advertise
pick it up.
optimized for PS5 Pro, and
Exactly.
everyone's like, "Yeah, the
Exactly.
first and only game
Yeah.
optimized for PS5 Pro." I mean, they are doing some marketing with Hogwarts Legacy as well, but
Yeah, but that's old game.
yeah,
Old game. Old game.
exactly.
So again, that might be something that is happening. Am I going to use that prediction? Because it's like, I don't think it's like, I really think them putting it on November 15th shows to me we need all the time we can get, and that's the final day in the year that we can launch this game to still benefit from the Black Friday stuff. So, yeah, 1 week of extra polish, like that could be a big patch with a lot of fixes. So I'm not sure if they
Yeah.
want to go that route. But again, if the Sony money is good, if they think, whoa, the PS5 Pro is going to sell a few million or like a million maybe in that first week, that's like a million potential gamers that would buy this game, at the launch of that console. So that's a thought.
Mhm. I mean, so I just had some disconnect as well. That's a tough one. It could happen, but I think it's unlikely. Though I took a look at your other prediction, and that is 100% happening.
I know, but still. Okay, my
So-
other prediction was there are going to be perks in the game that will trigger on low health and full health.
And you have like full health, more damage, low health, more resistance, and health regeneration triggers.
Exactly, something like that.
And on some kind of armor, it's gonna be on some kind of
I
item
hate
or
these perks. I hate them. Especially
Really?
because some games, they just like copy them. And then
because
they
they are
don't
tied to
have...
conditions, or
Sorry?
why do you hate them?
Because, like, I think full health is better because then it actually forces you as the player to not get hit and then get the benefits. And it's, like, fun for full health to be like, okay, so the first attack I do in this encounter will likely, have more benefits. The low health, though, in many games sucks because it's very hard to stay at that low health threshold. For one, you never know what the threshold is. Many games don't say it. Is it 20% health, 15%,
Mm.
25%? Then you can't really see because the health bar doesn't show like a percentage when you have the buff and then you don't. And then, so it's like, okay, I have a full low health build. I'm gonna play around this playstyle.
With
I'm
the
gonna
cursed
get...
weapon in combination.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, but with a cursed weapon, is now my new health bar the full
Yeah,
health?
that's the next
Or
question, of
is
course.
it like, am I immediately at low health? Because then it makes more sense if you just use a cursed weapon and you have, you're always at low health. But that's in many games I think not the case. So it's like, so what do you want me to do? To stand there, get hit, then almost die, get some benefits, so fight some enemies. Then I will have some sort of regeneration, or I want to make sure that I'm not at that low health level all the time, because then I get one shot by all the enemies. So then I go up again, then I want to get a hit. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Oh no, he was gonna say something very, very interesting.
1, 2.
Okay, you're
I am
back.
back.
You wanted to say something very interesting, and then you cut off.
when you were it's normally like when you're on full health, you get some kind of damage, offensive bonus. When you're on low health, you get some defensive bonus to get back on full health. I think it's not like requiring you. I mean, yeah, Berserker buff, I get it. In Valhalla, I think
I
we
mean,
even
there
had it.
were. I think there were even like in Valhalla, like on low
Uh,
health, get more
oh
attack.
yeah, I totally agree. Those are not good at all. I don't
No,
need
no, no.
those. We need full health of
We need full health or.
they are. Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. I
We
think
need full
that's
health and. You froze again. Oh, I think that's a nice way. Like again, connecting with Tokyo, it's hard. It's hard, but
it
the
is.
setup
It is.
overall really delivered. So
Yeah.
this was a
And
nice
my friend
change.
actually said that never happens to him on stream. It's gotta be on your end. So I'll take him by the word.
Okay,
and
okay, it's my end, right?
It's of course your end.
Yeah.
You
I
should
mean, when I
really,
call you, there are no issues. So
yeah. I don't know.
no. But
Maybe it's
it's
Discord.
already nice that you were able to record there in his studio. So we really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going. So will you not allow the low health, full health prediction, or do I have to come up with perks?
I mean, it's 100% clear that there will be perks that trigger at low health and at full health. Do you say there will be perks that trigger at both? Like there will be a perk that will trigger
No.
at
What you
80%
sometimes
plus
have,
or at
What you-
or below
what
20%.
what you sometimes have is an armor set where it's like when you're at full health, blah blah blah, but when you're at low health, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that will be 100% in the game. But we
No,
don't know
I don't
yet.
think that's gonna. I don't know.
I mean,
I hope not.
it's
I
your
hope they
podcast,
come.
You can decide.
I next time I get an interview, I'm gonna ask name perks. Say, give me some perks, and they're like, I don't know off the top of my head. That's a red flag because then I'm like, it's an afterthought for an RPG. Okay, but we're always ending with the sort of RPG nerdy talk. Thanks, man, for joining as always. Check out Frankie Boy if you want more Fragnard English voice. But if you are German, totally check out his main channel. And he has a ton of other channels as well. So just search Fragnard on your favorite web browser, mobile
and you will
phone.
find a lot.
And you will find things
More
that
than you can ever watch in your whole
Yeah.
life.
But the translation function is pretty good these days, so maybe you
is.
can understand what he's saying.
Yeah, maybe in the future there will be some AI automatic translation for the voice as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be
should.
sick if
I
all my
mean,
videos
and
could
let's
instantly get
see,
translated to Spanish. I did
to,
like
or to Dutch. That would be great.
I know Dutch people can easily talk English.
Yeah,
just-
but it's fun to get your English voice translated.
I did
to
this
your
my
native.
normal voice.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of it. Next week we will be here, hopefully with some other new stuff to look at. Thanks everyone for joining as always. Really appreciate it. And of course, keep an eye out on our channels. I've no like big video planned at the moment for the game. We're all just kind of waiting, but I'm sure.
But
That's,
we're very patiently waiting.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be some good stuff coming our way. That is how it has always been. So we can finally look at some actual gameplay instead of environment shots.
And please get a hands on
Like,
at
we're
some
not-
point, Ubisoft.
We're not here on Discovery Channel. We are gamers. We want to play. We want to fight. Slice
Discovery
off a
Channel?
head. Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
We want this. We don't want this.
Yeah. I mean, it's great as well, but yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's we don't want it. Like
Yeah.
this is me after like watching more of this stuff. I'm gonna break everything. I'm gonna like destroy everything.
Destroy the oranges.
Yeah,
Clutch.
it's gonna be very satisfying. Huh. Just
And you're gonna go
kick
in
it over.
and you're gonna say like Servus.
What?
Servus. It's like hello in Bavaria. That's like a state in Germany.
Okay. I totally that went over my head. But thanks everyone for watching. We will be back next week.
And we'll speak
And
to you later.
yeah,
And goodbye.
goodbye. Goodbye.